These shots were taken at various points on the Galloway hydroelectric scheme, which draws power from the waters of Loch Doon and Loch Ken. Power which Scotland hopes will eventually transform her agricultural poverty into a new industrial prosperity.
Built in just 4 years to help supply the new national grid, this network of dams, tunnels and turbines was a major engineering feat.
They were amazing projects. You suddenly had stability on the national grid network, which allowed for the second industrial revolution to take place with all the benefits that came from that. I think what people didn't realise at that time, because not only did you have hydro, you had fossil fuel coming forward, with all those benefits came a cost. And that is what is now better understood.
Whilst this renewable scheme, which supplies enough power for 58,000 homes, has proved to be very cost effective, it wasn't always welcomed.
In the 1930s, the views with respect to the hydros when they were being constructed were very similar to those that we see today for wind farms and other forms of new large-scale projects coming forward. There was a lot of concerns raised by the local people and a significant anti-movement as well. Here we are 2 generations later, the trees have grown up around and the landscape softened, and the people see the Galloway hydros as a unique part of their landscape, and they seem to have grown quite fond of them.
Now the power scheme forms the centre point of a new project combining art and research.
Some 80 years after it was first commissioned, the people behind this project say that the Galloway Hydro plays an important part in the current debates about climate change and our use of power.
Yeah, it's been incredible timing that it's coincided with the movements of the likes of Extinction Rebellion and Greta from Sweden doing her school protest. It suddenly really has come into the public eye. We'd spent quite a lot of time working on climate projects, but feeling like we had to use a more palatable message to try and get people to take notice. And I think the new urgency that we're talking about with the 12-year tipping point makes it something that has to be addressed much more urgent.
We all require the electricity that comes from these schemes to deliver our lifestyle, and I think what we're learning, and one of the things that's come out of the art project is that people need to better understand that if you're going to live a certain lifestyle, then there are consequences associated with that, and that you have to then address those consequences in a way that's acceptable.
With new owners of Galloway Hydro looking towards the future, it's expected to produce power for generations to come. After all, if there's one thing we've got plenty of here, it's water. Bruce Mackenzie, ITV News.